Hi everyone, Paul Morbid here, Morbid Team Entertainment and Bolex Repair Philippines. Welcome to installment number 4 of an overhaul on a Bolex H-16 Reflex film camera. So, more good news to report as I have freed up the fader feature right here. It now moves, and what I did to get that working and operational was last night I applied a good bit of machine oil, sewing machine oil. So I turned the Bolex up on its side like this, tilting it back slightly, just like so, and applied the oil here. Now you really want to tilt it back because you don't want going into the ground glass, the shutter area, as it will damage it. Of course, the oil. Only use a Q-tip and alcohol on that. Alright? So I just let that, once I had the oil applied inside of the fader feature, finally I was able to lift it up and unlock it to move it down. Back up. Now it's not as smooth as it should, and that will be worked out once we take the camera completely apart, do a thorough cleaning, and that of the rust, the surface rust on it. And of course, to lock it, you push it back down, just like that. Okay? Moving. I'm now removing the screws from the film gate area, just above the claw. And when you remove these micro screws, it's good to have a pair of tweezers right here to take those micro screws and move them over to your parts location. As you can see in my videos, I use egg trays and label them with magic markers. Removing the plate. And revealing the claw and some of the gears. Next, I'm going to remove this spring. I can already tell it has some surface rust on it. Your tweezers, be very careful in doing so. These springs are easy to lose. Moving forward. Okay, so one thing that I can definitely tell, at one point in time someone else has been in here servicing it. The screws on top are a little mangled here and also around the film claw. I'm having to clean out the little notch on the screw on the film claw to get it to work. I've applied some machine oil rather than WD-40. I just don't like getting close to the film gate area. It can destroy too much of the camera into the workings, believe it or not. This is work that cannot be rushed. So these screws are frozen in there. I'm going to have to wait for that to take place, and I'll work those out as quickly as I can. Again, do not rush this work. It cannot be. You can do more harm than good. At this point, I have just freed up the screws on the loop formers located here, here, and here. Now that I've removed the screws from the adjustment section of the loop formers, here, one, panning around, two, and three, we can tell that we made progress with these loop formers, that they're closed for loading the film inside. But we're still not have a complete adjustment yet. We just have noted that we made progress. Now, if you've been wondering what the toothpicks are for on my table, they're used in a lot of Bolex servicing applications. Here, since we get the loop formers closed, I'm having an issue with the black threaded hole underneath this silver portion of the loop former of getting it lined up. So I'll keep adjusting it and then adjusting the screw on this side over here as well. It should work like that. Flip it back, and then it should lock like that. Okay, so as you can see right here, the black threaded part under the silver part of the loop former will not match up. This means the loop formers, the gears are out of alignment, and we simply have to go back and forth and make this adjustment. But we don't have time for that right now. It's really pretty much pointless because we got to get inside of the camera to clean it, and we can do with this later. So let's move on. Okay, next I'm removing the screw here of the film claw. When using your screwdriver, if the screw is a little tight, do watch out with this gear right here in the center, as it is plastic. You don't want to break that. Now with my tweezers, I'm going to lift up on the claw and remove it. Put it in my location. Next, remove the second half of the film claw. Put it also in the section labeled claw. And let's not forget the washer. Again, do take caution with this gear in the center, and this is a good point to go ahead and mark with a marker, a magic marker, the orientation, the synchronization of these gears, any gears. The film claw parts. Back of the film claw, its washer, install it underneath with the two upright parts facing upwards. The front of the film claw, this washer with its uprise part in the center, install it with the two upright bent pieces facing upwards. The flat part for the washer, a separate one. Moving. All right. Notice all the dust and dirt within these gears. This will all have to be cleaned, as this is the enemy, making your camera run sluggish and slow. Everything, all that dust and dirt will have to be removed with alcohol and Q-tip. Before doing so, again, use a magic marker or something of the like and mark the orientation, the synchronization of the gears before removal of any gear. With a Bolex, everything has to be precise, 100%. All right? I hope you've enjoyed installment number 4 of an overhaul on a Bolex H-16 Reflex. Do look forward to more in the series. Whole Morbid Team Entertainment and Bolex Repair Philippines. See ya!